guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new Mustang Mach-1 with the 6-speed manual and handling package.
And a huge thanks to Zach and the rest of the management and staff here at Ford of Port Richey for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Zach.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Mach-1 has been a performance-oriented option package for the Ford Mustang since 1969. It stuck around from 1969 to 1978 for the first and second generations, brought back in 2003 and 2004 for the fourth generation with a 32-valve, 4.6-liter V8, basically straight out of the previous model year's Cobra. Brought back again for 2021 after a 17-year hiatus for the 6th generation 5.0, but it's a different 5.0 with a Shelby intake manifold, oil filter adapter, engine oil cooler, and the front and rear subframe all shared with the GT350. We also share a rear axle cooler, rear toe link, and a rear diffuser with the GT500, and this Mach-1 features the $4,500 handling package, giving us the 19-inch rims with super sticky Sport Cup 2 tires, adjustable top strut mounts, and the swing rear spoiler shares the GT500's gurney flap. We get a tuned chassis too, and a larger front splitter, all for a base price under $60,000 with the handling package. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, we get the $1,500 appearance package too, which gives us the orange stripes, matte black in the center, and Mach-1 badge right up front with some gloss black surrounding it. Faux fog light housings for the grille area, kind of reminds me of the previous 5th generation Mustang GT, and a gunmetal gray pony, which I prefer over the black pony that we get for the black appearance package on the GT. LED headlamps and LED daytime running lights too, functional heat extractors, really beautiful 19-inch rims, ton of spokes, V spokes, Y spokes, all sorts of spokes, wrapped in 305/30 ZR19 Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, some of the stickiest tires in the business, basically zero tread at all. This is a brand new car, and it's basically a drag radial with 305s up front, 6-piston brake caliper, beautiful. Mach-1 badge on the side, more orange stripe with a really aggressive rocker panel diffuser, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, matte black mirror caps, LED turn signal in the center, they're foldable mirrors, blind spot monitoring on the glass. The glass isn't large, but it fills up the entire frame, and we do get blind spot monitoring. Tints, black trim surrounding the window trim, shark fin style antenna out rear, offset wheel and tire setup. There's still Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, but the dimensions are 315/30 ZR19s. Only a single piston brake caliper out rear. I would expect a larger brake caliper, but it's still nice to have it painted orange. The gas cap is a push to open with easy fill. I'd recommend throwing 93 octane fuel in this high performance, high output 5-liter V8, which is down on power compared to the previous 2021 Mach-1, cranking out 470 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. Out rear, larger quad exhaust tips compared to the GT. We get a GT500 style rear spoiler and diffuser, Mach-1 badge in the center. No rear parking sensing, unfortunately, but we get the rear view camera, of course, above the Mach-1 badge. The reverse light is housed right in the center of the diffuser, and the exhaust tips are huge. They're about an inch larger compared to the GT. And speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 5-liter V8 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the glorious sound of the 5-liter V8 sold by Ford for the Mach-1. It sounds really good. We get a performance intake, Shelby intake manifold, strut tower brace, multiple sets of them too. See, we have additional strut tower braces leading directly to the chassis, similar to the Camaro setup, cranking out 470 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque, down 10 compared to the previous model year, but still enough to get this beast to 60 around 4 seconds, if not quicker, if you're really quick shifting the gears, because we do get the 6-speed manual. No struts, however, for a $60,000 sports car, it would be nice to get struts, but what we see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right up, take one more step back, get a good look at the front styling and side profile of the 2023 or 2022 Ford Mustang Mach-1 with the handling package. It is a sweet, sweet car. Interior, again, smart access for the driver and a front passenger. We get soft touch materials up top, tinted windows, leather stitched for the center, contrast stitching, gushy soft for the armrest. Bottom portion's hard plastic, but we get decent storage, more than the Camaro. Solid sound system too. We get the upgraded Bang & Olufsen sound system here. Auto One Touch for both the front windows. 4-way adjustable mirrors. Mach-1 badge as we step inside for the nameplate, kick plate, whatever you like to call it. And we get the Recaros. This thing is fully loaded, just about as expensive a Mach-1 as you can build it. Still no power seats though, gotta give a thumbs down for that. At this price point with the seat options, power seats would be nice. But if you don't go for the Recaros, they are power seats, it's just with a manual recline. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out and get this annoying Ford chime turned off. So clutch in, foot on the brake, engine start stop, boom, the beast fires right to life. First thing you notice is the steering wheel. It's heated and it's pretty thick, leather wrapped, soft leather, feels very high quality. 9.3 feels okay, not the largest 10.2 bolstering notches. As far as the steering wheel, I think this is the worst in the segment. I think the Challenger has a better wheel. I think the Camaro has a better wheel. But that's not what you buy this vehicle for. You buy it for this 5-liter glorious V8 engine, and it is a beast. I can't wait to take this thing out for a drive. But continuing on the steering wheel, on the left side, volume and skip controls, cruise control beneath that. On the right side, voice commands up and down for the infotainment function, navigation, shortcuts, settings, music, and your Mustang Pony mode. You press this button, you got My Mode, exhaust mode, track, apps, performance shift, indicator, all the cool stuff. Rev match we're going to leave on for this review, gauges, my color, and launch control. We're not going to test out launch control, but it's nice to have on a beast like this with 315 super sticky tires out rear. It puts the power down really well. But continuing along, infotainment wise, we can close out of here by pressing the return button. This is the layout for normal mode. We also have sport plus, track mode, which we'll all check out in 1 second. No paddle shifters, of course. We got the manual. The stocks have a satisfying click, not quite as satisfying as some of the competition, but compared to like GM, Dodge, it feels just as good. We get lane keep assist, automatic high beams, auto rain sensing wipers. That's an appreciated feature for the Mach-1. To left, auto headlamps, adjustable headlamps right here, interior brightness. Beneath that, fuse box, trunk release, and hopefully you can get a good look at your aluminum outlined pedals. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. It's not an auto tilt and telescope or power tilt, but it's still a tilting telescoping steering wheel. Leather stitched for the dashboard, Bang & Olufsen sound system, as you guys can see, and I'm liking this aluminum trim for the center. 8-inch touchscreen, Sync 3, not the updated new sync system from Ford, but that's going to be coming on the all-new next generation 2024 Mustang. We have audio, climate, which includes a heated steering wheel, dual zone automatic climate control, phone, app, settings. We have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can see everything that's available. My personal favorite to look at all times, I guess, would be what song is playing. We're not going to be playing any songs for copyright purposes, but they are available. You get the air vents right up top with oil pressure and the vacuum gauge in the center. As you mentioned, dual zone automatic climate control. No heated or ventilated seats, at least not with the Recaros. Hazards, traction control, you can turn on and off. Steering is adjustable, and the drive modes. The drive modes also change up the display. This is normal mode. Sport Plus changes things up a little bit, and track mode changes things up a lot. And I like track mode. This is where I'm going to leave it for the purpose of this review. It turns off your traction control, but with these sticky 305s out rear, I think the traction control is perfectly fine. It's a nice day today. It's about 75 degrees, or 77 according to the Mustang, so I think track mode will be just fine. And track mode opens up your exhaust the most. It sounds sweet. Yeah, no crackles and pops like in the Camaro, but it sounds awesome, especially with this manual where you can rev it up all the way to redline. Unbelievable. Continue along, 6-speed manual, as you mentioned, sync, no wireless charging pad, USB-A port, and a 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. The 5th generation Mustang, I had the 5th generation Mustang, and the radar detector, 12-volt, was in a perfect location right over here, so nothing was dangling, but that's still a pretty decent location. The Camaro is located like over here, so it's like dangling all through the center of the interior. That's not the case here, so that's definitely an improvement. The transmission here is a Tremec, unlike the Getrag you get from the GTs. This is a much better transmission. 2 cup holders, large, you're fitting 20-ounce water bottles in there. Pass-through, good spot for a phone. The materials here are all rubberized stitching and leather stitching for where your knee will often hit. Nice high-quality materials. The center console is super gushy soft, 1 trillion times softer than the Camaro. The space is 1 trillion times more spacious than the Camaro. We get a 12-volt USB-A port, cool, and a little tray for coins or business cards, pen slot right up top. The glove box, you push this button and the glove box is damped, large. You're fitting 20, 25 license plates in there. Up top, Mach-1 and a serial number M3936 chassis right next to it. The rear view mirror is completely frameless and auto dimming. Huge thumbs up from me. 3 garage home link settings on it. Doesn't appear to be LED interior light, but I could very well be wrong and it might be LED, but still does the job. That's about it for the front seat of this Mach-1. We're not hopping out back. We hopped out back for the 2021 we reviewed, so check out that video if you want to see me hop out back. There's really not a whole lot of space. You can take a quick look at the window sticker. Fuel efficiency is not as good as the 5.0 from the GT. We get a gas guzzler tax, 17 combined MPGs, 14 in the city, 22 on the highway. Not terrible for the kind of vehicle that this is, but we still get hit with a $1,000 gas guzzler tax. So the MSRP base price is $55,270. We got $12,000 in total options. Options start with the 700A equipment group for $2,100, featuring heated and cooled seats. Unfortunately, we had the Recaro seats, which remove that. Continuing along, $20 credit for the 4G LTE hotspot removal, $4,500 for the handling pack, $1,550 for the Mach-1 Elite package, $1,250 for the Mach-1 appearance package, $1,650 for the Recaro seats, $1,000 gas guzzler tax after a $1,400 destination charge, total price sitting at $68,690. This is a loaded Mach-1. That's about it for the interior, guys. Let's hop out into the trunk real quick, see how much cargo space we get, and then take this monster out for a drive. So you don't have to use the deck lid to open up the trunk, so you don't have to worry about the fingerprints because we get the spoiler. So opening it up, you can see pretty decent amount of space, not a whole lot more compared to the Camaro, but the opening is much larger. We have a subwoofer in here. Secret storage, we can check it out. We get our Fix-A-Flat kit, and you can throw some secret stuff right outside of it. But what you see is what we get. We get struts for the trunk, so you don't have to worry about crushing your cargo, especially with the limited cargo space. That's about it, guys. We can shut this thing right up, take one more step back, get a good look at the styling of this beautiful monster. I think Ford absolutely killed it with the styling for the 6th generation Mustang, and the Mach-1 with its styling features outside of the GT500 and GT350. I think the Mach-1 is the best looking 6th generation Mustang sold today. But that's about it for the interior and exterior. Let's take this beast out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2022 Ford Mustang Mach-1 with the handling package. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice, this exhaust sounds so good. The steering also feels good. We're currently in track mode. The steering is also in track mode, and it feels fantastic. Clutch feels predictable. I haven't gotten the chance to drive a Camaro with the manual, but it feels very good here in the Mustang. Taking a step out here, lean into it a little bit. And slip. Okay, but yeah, it feels really good. The ball on the shifter is a little bit slippery because of the plastic, but I'm sure you get used to it. That was my first time really shifting this thing hard. And the steering, I'm telling you, feels predictable and sharp. All right, guys, taking a step out here, we can lean into it a little bit more. First gear. Oh, yes. Wow. Oh my God, guys. Absolute monster of a car. And throwing into 6th gear at highway speeds, we're pushing around 2,000 RPM, which is reasonable. It's not too high, not too low, around 80. I would expect you to be turning around like 24, 2,500. So that's why the fuel economy on the highway is closer to like 22 MPGs, if not lower, because it's short gears. I believe there's 373s here. So for highway fuel economy, it's just simply not the best. All right, guys, we can test out a real world turning radius. It's not the sharpest, but it's sharp enough. One more time. First gear, on the gas. It doesn't feel quite as sharp as the Camaro. There's still a small amount of wiggle. The Camaro doesn't really have any wiggle, but once you lean into the steering itself, it is really responsive. With this magnetic ride,
track mode makes a big difference in terms of ride quality. I'm not going to say the ride quality is bad in track mode, but you can 100% feel the difference. MagneRide, definitely one of the best options for modern performance cars. Those rev match downshifts are pretty sweet. All right, guys, one more time. First gear, just a rolling start. On the gas. Oh. That's what you get this vehicle for. It's the handling pack, so it better have really good handling. But okay, we'll try out a real world turning radius, see how this thing can handle in a turning radius right here. It's not the best turning radius. I'm gonna blame the super wide 305 tires up front with 315s out rear, but it's doable. It's not a bad turning radius. It's just for parking spots. Be ready to take a wider angle compared to what you'd be used to if you drive like a Camaro. But handling wise, compared to a SS1LE, this is just as good. We'll take a step right back out to that sharp twisty first gear. So well too, but that's about it, guys. We don't have to push this thing a whole lot farther. This thing is such a beast. 470 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. The sound that this exhaust makes, absolutely glorious. One more time. Sounds so good, but that's about it, guys. You're looking for a top-of-the-line sports car with absurd handling, amazing styling, but you don't need a million horsepower. You don't need a GT500 that does 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. You don't really need that type of power. The GT500 is not even available in a 6-speed manual transmission. So you want the manual, you want usable power. Like first gear, you can mat on the accelerator in this car with no wheel spin thanks to this. Super sticky Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. Again, if you're looking for a sports car with usable power, amazing sounding engine, 0 to 60 under 4 seconds, if you're super quick shifting the gears, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2022 or 2023 Mustang Mach-1 and the handling package. $4,500 is a little bit pricey, but it is worth it. And a big thanks to Zach and the rest of the management and staff here at Ford of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa, Clearwater, Port Richey area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Zach, and huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.